Hello, what is up, you damn jerks? Eba da blow, good to see ya, Super Spasmic. How's it going, Slothinator? Hello to you too, Super Spasmic. Thank you for all of those bockety box. Like the little snow badge, direct relief cherry. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Let's get to work. I've been sick for about like a week. Finally almost gone. I'm mostly just nasally now. So if I sound a little higher pitched than usual, forgive my boogeriness. But finally not like dizzy and feverish and those other things. I did cut into about 2 days of development time. But after that, I was able to get to work at least a few hours each day and work on some bugs. I actually squashed, I was really proud of it. I squashed a lot of the bugs on the major bugs list on Trello. I squashed a lot of the winter hotfix bugs as well. And so today it is time. Oh man, my Unity's not even open. This is gonna take a while. So a couple things we're gonna work on today. Thing number one is I actually broke something late last night. I broke the plants. I was working on the new gun, and now I get an exception whenever I start the game. And I spent like an hour. I couldn't figure out what the heck is going on. So I gotta look at that because it can't leave a game-breaking bug in there. Thing number two. What was thing number two? Well, I wrote stuff down while I was pooping. Thing number two. Oh, we gotta fix the new guns. There's this thing wrong with the model. We just gotta fix that. We're gonna make an adjustment to the costume script, and then we're gonna work on the new map. I haven't caught a lot of streams in the past month, but thankfully I managed to get here just in time. Good to have you, Super Spasmic. And Praetorian coming in with 15 months.
Greetings to all the jerks.
Greetings to you too, Praetorian. Thank you so very much for 15 months of support. That is amazing. I really appreciate it. Just waiting for Unity to turn on. You know, the engine. The whole engine. So, we are currently looking at 38 days until the day that I want to bring Shotgun Farmers out of early access, which means we have significantly less than 38 days to do all of these things we want to do. Now, a map in Shotgun Farmers has never been made in less than 60 days. So, Oceanside's going to have to be some sort of a miracle, record-breaking map. Not quite sure how that's going to work. I don't know why Unity's not opening. It's like frozen. It's all frozen. It's all over. My resolution broken? Let's give it another second. There we go. Ba-dong! Did I finish the chicken head level? No, I haven't got to work on it at all. So since the last stream, which was, I think it was... We did stream after New Year's, right? Yeah, since last stream I was sick for a whole bunch of days. So I haven't actually worked on the new map. I work on other stuff instead. I try to keep the fun stuff to work on stream, and I try to keep all the boring stuff to work on off stream. So it was like 5 days. I did a lot of really cool performance stuff. I built this performance tool. It's down here. It's called Performance Tool. And basically, this is what I've been doing on this tool is adding in little snippets. Right now, it only does 2 functions. And it's something that I'm trying to run to keep track of all the little Unity tidbits to help with performance. So currently this tool searches the scene for graphic raycasters and raycast targets. These are UI elements that actually slow the game down. They don't need to be in there. So here we're gonna have one right here. So see the scores thing in the player canvas? This thing that shows you your scores has this checkbox for a raycast target. So your CPU is constantly calculating for whether or not someone clicked on the score, which is an unclickable thing. And so we're going to uncheck that, and hit apply, and that increase that performance by like 0.0001. So as you can see, all these objects here in the console are different things. Some of them do need that boolean to be on, but some of them definitely don't. And so I've been doing this periodically here and there and just going through like 5 to 10 because it is kind of boring and takes a while, and figuring out if they have to be on or off and taking those off. So we have gotten some improvement through the UI. I also did a bunch of optimizations recently on players and power-ups and all that kind of stuff the last few days. So I'm hoping those things will combine together to make the next update a little bit faster for everyone. Okay. So are we starting? Let's start with the exception, I guess. So I started working on the 2 new guns yesterday that are going to come with the new map. So the new guns are, or the new weapons are the concussion grenade and the watermelon G, which is here. And now for some reason, ever since I added them, the game doesn't start properly. Southern Cross, thank you for those box. Super Spasmic, thank you for those box. Is there any unique gimmick to Oceanside? Unique gimmick is going to be the water surrounding the level. One of the gimmicks I wanted to make was make a ship that crashes into the level. I don't know if it's not going to happen or not. And it's also going to be the only level right now with the concussion grenade on it. Oh, something we could do is something that I tried to do with Riverside, where I actually made the water rise. Could bring that to Oceanside too, like make the tides increase. So let's see. There's got to be some reason. Might just have to do some breakpoints. Whenever I start the game, I'm going to start with no gun in my hand, and the game's going to try to equip a concussion grenade onto me. Wait for Visual Studio start up now. I think this is also the first stream where I'm streaming at 1080p. Double check. Yeah, so I'm actually streaming at 1080p. So let me know if you see stream quality fluctuate at all. So far, we haven't dropped any frames. And we're streaming at 60 FPS, so it'd be pretty exciting to start getting our streams at 1080p instead of 720p like it's been for the last few years. Okie dokie. Let's go to our plant pool. So this is where the crash happens. On init plant pool, I believe. Oh. It happens here at spawn seed. We'll put a breakpoint here, I guess. Let's double check. You have a great connection. My stream hasn't dropped any frames. That's unusual for me. Australian internet sucks. Oh, awesome. That's good to know, Southern. It can, it's got its good days and its bad days, that's for sure. Oops. There's such a thing as a plant type, Marco. In the game, plant types are pretty much just weapon types. What's up, Code? How's it going? Dennis, please, coming in with 2 frickin' months. Thank you so very much for 2 months support, Dennis. How's it going? How are you feeling? Hope you've recovered and you're no longer dead. You made in the code, Marco? I'm not quite sure what you mean. Love the 80 style. Thanks, Cross. You're alive. He's alive. Okay, so here is the error. What? How would I get this? Why are the cows trying to flap? Init plant pool, object pool, does spawn prevent. It has to be happening there. So what are we working on today? We are working on why the new guns are breaking the game, fixing a couple of things, and we're working on the new map after that. But I don't want to jump ahead to the new map knowing that I broke something with the plants in the game. Usually adding new guns have been pretty smooth. I think it was after I added the new grenade I started getting this error right here. Okay, so we know what happens in init plant pool. So we find a plant prefab. It exists. Find the seed prefab transform. We spawn the seed. Let's look at all of our plants. LMG has a... What the heck is a seed prefab transform? Oh, it's in the data class. And the concussion. Has no seed prefab transform. I don't understand where the exception is. Most engines automated testing, well, that seems really difficult with engines like Unity. It is, yeah. I mean, there are ways to do unit tests and automated testing in games, but you still can't. It's really hard to test all the things because a lot of things happen based on interactions or player input. I know more and more modern games are building unit tests into their games. I still don't know how to do it yet, but I do want to learn it eventually, especially for bigger, more math-based games. But yeah, I still actually don't know how to do it myself. But there is possible to at least do test like basic stuff. Okay, it's saying the error is on object pool extensions, not spawn plant prefab. Oh, so it's happening right here. So it's one of the auto spawners that are broken. At least that gives us a clue. Now it could be wrong with the auto spawn. Where did I break? I don't know. If I knew, I would fix it. Yeah, integration tests are difficult. What's harder too about adding unit tests is that it really increases your development time because now you can't just code whatever you want. You have to code it in a way that's very testable, which makes it take a lot longer. It's definitely like a big trade-off. Huh. Let's try. Let's put that breakpoint there. So who in chat knows where this music is from? 13,000 quasi points to whoever can guess it right. Was it Final Fantasy? But you don't think so? I thought if anybody knew Sloth, you would know. Okay, so the bug is coming from one of the older plants. If anything that I broke is I broke one of the other plant spawners. Reminds me of music from City Skylines. Da, da, da. Cintas, you are the winner. It is a City Skylines music. Interestingly enough, this function never actually checks if plant prefab is null. That's a good start. Right here, it's passed in as null. I guess I don't actually know what it's trying.
Hey,
Shoob!
jerk.
Coming in with 28 frickin' months. Thank you so very much for your support, dude. How is it going? Just in time to find out that we broke the game and it doesn't work anymore, so nothing's changed. I think I know what's going on. Thing number one, this should check for nulls. You can't spawn a plant prefab if it doesn't exist. Thing number two, why the hell is my plant prefab null? Something is missing in the plant manager. So here in plants, we got concussion, flamethrower, grenade launcher, LMG, MK2 grenade, M16. Ah, so the M16 is set to LMG for some reason. I think that's all it is. I think I fixed it. Broke the game. So what else is new? What if that's a game idea? Game about breaking games. Something either metaphorical or painful. Something there. What about a clicker game where you have to fix bugs, but for every bug you fix, you make another bug? Has there ever been a game dev clicker game? Like an idle game dev game? So like an idle game where you're just making games? Okay, there's a game called Game Dev Clicker on Congregate. I really want to make a clicker game as like a fun side project after Shotgun Farmers. I don't have any good ideas yet. Make a game. Let's make a 2D game. Oh, what do I click? What do I do? What? Which one of these are buttons? I'm clicking everything. That's the game one giant bug. Game with the assassin that yells at you when you break the game. Wrecker Ralph already sold that idea. The clicker game that doesn't let you click. I know, I think it's bugged. Oh, maybe. Oh, because I can't afford these things. Oh, I see. Okay. I thought this was the main menu. This is the actual game. I got it. What does R stand for, you think? I need 15 research points to make a text-based game. So 60 to make a 2D game. Make a 2D game. I've made a 2D. Oh, damn. Not good. Yeah, that's not what I was imagining. I was imagining a game where you're actually coding. So like you click and then it just like generates lines of code in the screen. And then you have to like, I don't know. It's just an idea. Our monies, raccoon police dollars. That game was actually about shipping games. I feel like shipping games should be way harder in a game about making games. Shipping games is so hard. It's so hard. Okay, I fixed the error. Game's working. So check it out. Check this out. Any bots in here? Yeah. Oh, first of all, if you haven't seen it already, look at this. Look at this. This is the new tractor that Dennis made to replace the old... Oh, excuse me. I'm talking here. Please don't kill me. Look at how sexy this thing is. Just want to make sweet, sweet tractor love to it. It doesn't honk yet. I forgot to put that back in. I should probably add that to the to-do list. Let's put it in my phone. Add honking to new tractor. Snaz, a tracker. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Wait. Oh, I thought I made it metal. I'll fix that later. So, the reason the game broke is I've been working on this thing. Oh, hi. You look like you could use some watermelon juice. Oh, let me turn off God mode because I have unlimited ammo. OP much? Should there be a half a watermelon as the ammo container and it spins? Shouldn't it be half a watermelon as the ammo container and it spins? Yeah, the ammo container does spin. I don't know if you can tell on the frame rate of the stream. Pretty delicious. You mean it's a belt? Do you mean the whole watermelon should spin? The other thing I worked on... Oh, I don't think I actually have it out. Oh, yeah, I do. But this is not actually made yet. It's right now it's just throwing pineapple grenades. I really want to add smoke to the end of this gun as well.
Victory!
Oh, recoil, you're right. Shoot, it doesn't have very much recoil because it's using values from the other... Oh, I remade the crouch animation as well. When you get better at modeling, I just never decide what to do. Just pick something and make it. And don't move on until you finish it. Definitely have way more recoil. Whoops. Whoops. Hold on. Cannot reach. What's happening? My computer's frozen. Hashtag pro streamer. I'm really worried. This is not the first time this has happened. There we go. My computer's been freezing, and sometimes it'll freeze on startup. So when it starts up and it just shows like the ASUS from like the motherboard splash screen or whatever, just won't go past it. Make it spew out pieces of watermelon shells as empty shells. Oh yeah, I didn't make any shells for it. That's a good point. New hard drive time? Full killer, please. I hope not. All my stuff. Actually, I don't even keep anything on my hard drive. I keep everything on Google Drive, so I guess I'm fine. Recoil, recoil, recoil. How does a gun have recoil? I'm assuming it's knockback. Probably rename that recoil. 1? What does the rocket launcher have? Rocket launcher has... Wait. 10. Let's give this... 3. Glad you mentioned the recoil. I totally forgot about that. This song never bores. What happened to my music?
Get
this is
those
really low.
boats off my farm.
You hear the concept of the tractor for code? Sure. I'll have to find it. That's insane recoil. Maybe something more like 2. Maybe more like 1. Yeah, 1 feels a lot better. I don't think I have the concept saved. It's probably on Discord somewhere. Yeah, I like that note though. Let's make the I like the idea that the shells would just be little like chunks of watermelon flying out. Very scientific. What's up, Pyros? How's it going? So, LMG should spit out watermelon chunk shells. Fucking Farmer's concept art book. Oh yeah, I was trying to get this concept. So if you guys don't know, our super awesome talented concept artist's name is Laser Sofa. And this was... I can take you guys through all of his sketches. I'll show you our whole process of tractor from start to start. Alright, so I started off by being like, hey Laser, we want to make a new tractor. Can you make a new tractor? I want it to be super cute. And did I send him any pictures? Oh yeah, I sent him a picture of the current tractor. I guess I didn't send him very many references. He worked on a very basic AI for a floating summon. Ooh. Lazy Sofa draws the concept and Dennis and Quasi models it. Dennis does all the weapons and most of the environment props and stuff. And Laser does the concept art, yep. So we started with this sketch, I want to say. Actually, no, technically he started with this sketch. This is from his like sketchbook, I'm assuming, or notebook, or just maybe like a piece of brown floor. This is Laser's first sketch of the tractor, and then that becomes this drawing. I think he uses Clip Studio Paint, I want to say. I forget what program, but he draws it digitally. So that becomes this. And then I told him, like, that's awesome, but since it's a big vehicle, we also need the back. So Dennis knows what the back of the vehicle might look like. So he drew this, which looks super cool, sweet booty. They need a little top view too, which was nice. And then from there, he moved on to color. So this was very much based off the color scheme of the old tractor. And so tried to stick to that. So he tried an alternate version and then the one that looks kind of more like the old tractor. So I liked the wheels and the red on this one, but I liked the silver piping more on this one. And I wanted the grill and stuff to be more silver. So then this was another alternative one, which was like all red and black with less silver. And so then that combined becomes this. Becomes this, which is all the things I liked, plus the silver front and the silver piping, baking paper. And then that goes through Dennis's long process, which you can check out if you haven't already, Dennis's stream which should have, I believe, videos of the previous. Hello, Mr. Bot? Twitch deleted them? Oh, dude, you should save them. You can upload them to YouTube and highlight them on Twitch to save them. I guess they're not there anymore. But this was the first... Actually, there's another version of it before this that Dennis sent me, although I'm not sure I could find it in our chats because it's been a while. Here is some of the first images Dennis sent me of the model that he worked on his stream. This is the original tractor here on the right, and this is the first version of his tractor. Don't know how to social media. Okay, I don't either. Then here is the nice butt view of the same things. This is the old tractor up here, and the new tractor down here. And then this was the first textured version. And after some iterations, this is our new sexy in-game version. So adorable. So the wheels turn and stuff. And we're gonna add hunking back to it. Yeah, so super mega props to Dennis and Laser for making the tractor. It came out super duper awesome. Definitely 1,000 times better than the old tractor. Which I don't think is in this scene. You can compare them. Here is the current tractor. Here is the blue version of the old tractor. So the old tractor was huge, mainly because I used it as a environment blockade. The new tractor, I wanted to make it seem more reasonable that a person would sit in it. So I wanted to make it a lot smaller. You can see there's quite a difference in terms of this was not even textured because it was supposed to be a placeholder, and that placeholder stayed in the game for 2 years. Now it's sexalicious. Alright, enough about tractors. Get back to work. What was next? What was next? Next. Seed spawner. Let's double check that the watermelon is growing correctly. Perfect tractor for pulling the hay trailer for the moving platform game mode. You mean escort the hay load? Game mode that will never be. Whoa! James Devs, thank you for the sub! Thank you so very much for hitting that sub button. I really appreciate it. Welcome to the Jerk Squad. What have you been deving these days, James?
Get those whippersnappers.
Okay, so let's make sure the watermelon plant actually grows. Oh, we gotta adjust the sights too. Let's just do that before I forget. The way to adjust the sights is I toggle on perma-sights, which forces the player to look down the sights. Then I move this object. Exactly where I want it to be, and then I hit this button to copy it, and now that's where it'll be. Let's see if it grows. I fixed a huge bug I found while I was working on stuff 2 days ago. It's not really huge, it was just kind of weird. If you had the shield and the camo and you hit a pumpkin, your camo would just turn off, but only on your body and not on your weapon. So you'd be running around with an invisible weapon. So I fixed that. What was I doing? Oh yeah. So these plants are growing okay. They look delicious. Just wanna scoop out a little bit of that watermelon from the barrel, you know? Just eat it. And you know what I really want to work on? That's not the new map. I really want to work on James Devs. Is your chat broken? Not anymore. Use some more vines. Vines cost polygons. Could do some thick vines on the bottom or something for the plant. But then it'd have to be cleaned up and be a separate prefab, and it'd be a whole thing. Yeah, I think chat was dead for a little while. It sounds great. Thanks, James. What's up, Diophren? You think anyone knows the M16 heals?
First blood. Double kill. Triple kill.
I love the sound of the exploding pumpkins. Got like a juiciness to it now. You see the chat on my screen, not in your window? Uh-oh, I think Twitch is broken. Broken. This is what he meant for the gun? Oh, interesting. That would have been pretty cool. And that half of the watermelon would be spinning. Yeah, that would have been pretty cool. Hear about the pachyderm that lost all meaning in its life? It's become irrelevant. What's up, Alien Tonics? How's it going, dude? Long time no see. Kind of bummer that they removed the game dev category. It is, yeah. There is, game dev as a category seems to be shrinking quite a bit here on Twitch. It makes me sad, but it's just the reality. And things change, things fluctuate a lot. There are significantly less game dev streamers than there were when I started out. And maybe someday there'll be a lot more. Maybe someday there'll be a lot less. Who knows? Who knows? Interestingly, the guns look way darker than they do in the scene view. Odd One, thank you for 27 months. I know chat seems broken, but if you try to chat, it might still show up on my screen. So maybe that's a new way to chat. I think some stuff's broken with Twitch right now. All right, can make a fake shell for now. This thing doesn't actually drop shells. Do I use pun? I do, James, yeah. Imagine some of the boom in game dev was from certain devs streaming that no longer do today. Yeah, that might be true. Make the shells come right out of the watermelon. You want to be able to see it in first person view, so I might have to put it kind of high. Not quite sure. And then, oh, shell locators right there. I need a shell prefab. Popcorn shell, M16 shell, sniper shell. Shell. Really shouldn't just be in the prefabs folder. Trying to be a little bit more organized. And then this, for now, will be a kidney bean to test it. And spying my Insta and YouTube. Anything interesting? I'm trying to be a lot better at social medias and being a more markety person. If you guys have been watching the stream and you don't know yet, I have been also posting stream highlights to the YouTube channel. So you can check out some of the funniest moments from more recent streams and a highlight reel of last year as well. Yeah, those are the right size. I'll make a placeholder like Prism. I thought I had the watermelon in here. But I didn't save it? Guess not. I actually just used Dennis's model here. What's up, Dice Goddess? How you doing? Running from MagFest? Nice! Was it a good time? I have to adjust the UVs and stuff. Probably just be like have this painted over later. We'll get the job done for now. Oh crap, doesn't have a bottom. Call it a placeholder, and I'm spending 37 minutes on it. Just gonna stop right now. Maybe right now. I'm gonna give this thing a random rotation. Oh, it already has one. Bram!
there.
Well, hello, thank you so very much for 27 freaking months. How are you doing, dude? Oh, you done with your game dice goddess? That's awesome. $520 people? I didn't know MagFest was that insane. Wow. Yeah, I've never been. I know some of my friends went and they told me it was a really good time, but I didn't realize the convention center was that big. That's super cool. Some nice music. Oh yeah, some good old Ghibli jazz. How was the overall reception to your game dice, guys? Oh my goodness, GT Craze!
You know what SSJ stands for? Super Saiyan Jerk. We all jerks. With Kazier, our leader.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe I've never thought of using that before. Super Saiyan Jerks, I love it. GT Craze, thank you so very much for 32 frickin' months. Speaking of Super Saiyan Jerks, is anybody going to watch the Dragon Ball movie? Isn't the Brawly movie coming out on Wednesday? Can you see me now? I can, yeah. Is nobody's chat, is your chat still not working? Look at those delicious strawberries. Strawberries. You know what I meant. Watermelons. Love it. I was like trying to pull teeth to get negative feedback. That's good. Let's commit some of this. Everyone played and enjoyed it, especially your physics. Dude, that's so great. What's the next step for you guys? What's the next step for me? Oh yeah, the costume switcher. So I made a script for the trailer called Costume Swapper that basically like swaps your costume. What's up, Mike? How's it going? Good morning, good afternoon, good anything. New building and release in October. Nice. Cat's being very annoying. And he just drooled on me.
Get those whippersnappers.
What did you say I was gonna do? Oh yeah, costume swapper. So I think it's F3, yeah. So I made the script to randomize your body. Basically, I want a moment in the trailer when it just kind of like runs through all the different costumes you can have. Hats and hairstyles and stuff. What I want the script to also do is randomize what gun you're holding and what shovel skin you have, depending on what weapon you have equipped. The idea is in that moment in the trailer, it'll just kind of be like changing costumes to the beat of the song. So let's do that. Sounds like a plan. Oh, them farmers coming along? Oh, they're coming. They're kicking and screaming, but they're coming. So right now all it does is this. Next I want to randomize shovel skin. Holding shovel. Otherwise randomize gun. Player.current gun, current weapon, current weapon type, or current slot, I guess. I think it's going to tend to be how code materializes. This is true. The age-old secret to game dev. I don't actually know how I'm going to randomize shovel skins. I do know how to randomize the gun at least. That's kind of funny. Kind of a hack. Let's make another script. Public weapon type get random weapon. What is this? Will Airways, thank you for the follow. Right now we're doing it in a pretty hacky way where I'm just hard coding a number between 0 and 8. There are more than 9 weapons in the game, that doesn't work. We're gonna actually do a better way to randomize it. Which is what exactly? A weapon loader has a list of weapons. No, something else does. Weapon data. Where what loads the weapons? CD manager weapon prefab, all weapon prefab. Okay. This is a dictionary. The Spirit Away in the background, it's jazz renditions of Ghibli music. We can iterate over all our weapon prefabs. Question is, how do we know if it's usable? God damn, these are weapon models? Could put a Boolean in here. Called include in random selection. And we're gonna skip it. If it's the exception. So that we never randomly assign the same weapon again. This also was built for an idea I want to eventually just do for like a 1 month special game mode of where you just spawn with random weapons. I'm gonna say hi because I saw you online. I'm actually working right now. I have to carry on. Alright, see you, dude. Good luck. Get that ship thrusty. And best of luck with the launch. If I don't talk to you before then, I'm pretty sure it's in like a few days. Or a week. A week and 2 days. Nine days. Good luck, dude.
Get those whippersnappers.
I never actually made it do anything. I'll pick up gun. What's up, band immunity? Am I chilling on the beach? Of course, every day. Every day and everywhere. Here we want to set the weapon skin. We need to know max skin ID. I should be able to call random costume item ID here. I don't know how to get reference to. Life is yours coming in with 24.
Look at that.
Freaking months!
Isn't that like 2 years or something?
Thank you so much. It is 2 freaking years of support life. Thank you so very much for continuing to support the stream and keep your blue Super Saiyan God beard strong. You're off work for 2 weeks and a few days. Getting back to work is the hardest thing. I think working is always hard, no matter how old or young you are. So I think it would be player.parts.creator. Look. That's just this. This is the editor script. As you can see, it's wrapped in editor tags, so I'm not really that worried about performance or anything special like that. Character creator random costume ID for shovel skin. In theory, my player's gun should swap along with their hats and clothes, and so should their shovel if they're equipped with a shovel. And really, I keep looking at this picture. I think, who made this? Did D. Hoffer make this? Yeah, about his idea for the watermelon gun. Pretty damn cool. Pretty damn cool. What do you think, Dennis? Don't forget to look away from the screen every 20 minutes for 20 feet for 20 seconds so that you don't get eye strain. If there's anyone who knows about eye strain, it's all of us game developers. That's for sure. We abuse our eyes as if they don't require the same attention we give the rest of our body.
Get those nuns off my lawn.
The watermelon isn't even visible? What do you mean? I think, look, if we're looking at it like this, the way it would look is... it would be like this. What kind of brush is this? Why isn't it taking my purple? The watermelon would actually be super visible. Oh, my Photoshop's broken. Goodness gracious. White. Why is it being so slow? Look at this. I think I'm working on a frickin' Chromebook right now. I can't even color pick. Picking. What would be cool about this is that from this perspective, it would make this gun look have quite a bit more color variation too. That's something we have to worry about right now. The gun's not coming out for a little while. But from this perspective, the gun would now have this big red portion, which would be a nice way to differentiate it from all the other green guns. Could be interesting. Could cut off the size of the watermelon and move it up so it covers the current strip and make it rotate like a circular motion. Yes? I'm not sure I know what you mean. Oh, let's see if this works. My shovel isn't changing because I don't think I technically have any other shovels unlocked right now. We'll fix that in a second, and my gun is not changing, so that's not working. My shovel did change the first time, so we know it's kind of working. This didn't work. A breakpoint here. So do you get a player name in game? Do you want to be one of the bots, D-Hopper? Is that what you mean? I got no reference exception, that's why it's not working. Yeah, just tell me right now. How is there a null reference here? Weapon is just null? Oh, because it's a shovel? Why would shovel not... Oh. you a bot? I'm not sure. Let's check. I think it's called bot names. Waiting for Unity to compile. You know, takes about 33 seconds. Oh, I think it's subscriber names? Sub names? Rename this to bot names. I think it originally started out as subscriber names or something. Oh yeah, Dennis, that looks awesome. Is there any way we could extend the, like this geometry right here? So that it just, I don't know how, I guess it wouldn't make sense. But just make it a little bit taller. Because yeah, I can't go all the way down, but if we just make it a little bit taller or something. Just bring this edge down. But yeah, it looks awesome. Yeah, thank you for the great feedback. So we're adding Aaron, and looks like Tashub is not in here. If you want to be in here, Tashub, I'll be adding you. Let me know if you didn't mean for me to put you, or if you want to be put in something else. It's just Shub or the Shub or Tashub. Awesome, I'm glad. You want to be in 2 center row? Just the Shub. Shub, please. I like it. What were we doing? Oh yeah, the random gun assignments. Every time you give a decent idea, you'll ask for a name in the game. Fair enough. I can agree to those terms. Center room? Yeah, it's lowercase. In the game, it'll actually, I'll capitalize it, but in the game, it'll actually automatically capitalizes the names.
Get those thumbs off my phone.
God damn it, you! I don't want to add any swear words into the names. You get prestige too, I better get my name in. That's a deal, Super Spasmic. That is a deal. 2. And my gun still causing a no reference exception. What's I'm gonna do with the shovel? Oh, why thanks, isn't it? God damn it. Notice my compile times increased by 5 to 7 seconds when I'm streaming, and I'm guessing it's because my CPU is being used to stream to OBS or something? I'll be right back, guys. While that's compiling, I'm going to grab a glass of water. So our Oh my goodness, did I leave just as soon as Centerobe subscribed? I'm so sorry I missed it. Centerobe, thank you so very much for hitting that sub button. I left just in time to be a jerk. What's up, Nod? How's it going? Right. Boop a doop a deep a da boop, boop a deep a deep boop boop boop. See, it works now. What is this? Oh, oops. My webcam was in the shot this whole time. That is a big gun. Sorry.
Hit those thumbs off my farm.
Damn it. Ugh. Why won't this work? Oh, because it's not a sign. Oh, crap. Who's the voice of the cowboy farmer dude? The narrator is voiced by Brent Rinders. He's a super talented voice actor. This is not the place to get the list of these. Let's try the weapon loader, maybe? Also a list of weapon models. You don't actually have a list of weapon prefabs? Hilarious. I can just create my own, I guess. What? What did I just do? I created a partial class by accident. No. Don't want that file to exist. What is your biggest regret about my current code base? That is a really good question, Code. My biggest regret about my current code base. The thing I butt heads with the most is the way I set up the weapon that I added multiplayer. The thing I butt heads with the most is that I added, or the way I set up the player weapons. So it actually spawns a weapon for your hand in first person, a weapon for your third person character, and a weapon going on your back. And I wish I would have made that so it was just one weapon that gets moved around or something. But it was easier to do it that way. But it's just really hard to add weapons to the game. It's not always super smooth. I've been smoothing it out ever since, so I kind of regret it less. I've been going back and refactoring small chunks over the course of the last 2 years. But the way I built the weapon system of like how you harvest a plant and how you get a gun, that code is pretty janky. I think I would say it's that. I think for the most part it's that. There isn't actually, surprisingly, there's not too much I regret. There's a lot of stuff that I would maybe have done a little bit differently. There's surprisingly not that much I regret now that I think about it. There's a lot of stuff that and it's just inherent to game design that you couldn't have made it good enough because you didn't know what it was going to need. So when I first coded the weapon system, I never planned on adding grenades or melee or anything like that. So, or not melee, I never planned on adding grenades or projectiles. So I just coded a simple gun system because I was 100% sure I was never going to put grenades in. A lot of developers like to spend a lot of time making sure their code is super modular and good in the beginning, and a lot of times I feel like that wastes a lot of time if you're never going to use those things, if your game's never going to have those things. So I kind of go backwards and I pay the price that way too. Oh, the AI! The AI would be my biggest regret. The AI is garbage. I mean, it works though. It gets done. It gets it done. The biggest regret is not using behavior trees to script the AI. Oh my goodness! Rock Knight Studios, thank you for that raid! Buff the Molotov, you think so, Senator? Is it getting too weak? Oh my goodness! We got some axes! We got some axe-wielding rock knights! Let's take them down! A wild Rock Knight Studios has appeared! Super Spasmic, you have been chosen to defend this stream! I need you guys to vote, fight, item, or run to decide how we deal with these damn rock knights. Violence isn't the answer, violence is always the answer. Super Spasmic with that beard beam. But Rock Knight with the Rick Roll, we're down to 1 HP. Gonna be, guys, round 2. go. Oh, Rock Knight goes first with the Alt F4, taking out Super Spasmic and ruining our chances. Oh my goodness, Rock Knight Studios, thank you so very much for that host. If you guys aren't already following, make sure you click that link and follow Rock Knight over on their channel. Welcome everybody from Rock Knight Stream. My name is Quasi and we are working on an online multiplayer shooter called Shotgun Farmers. If you don't know the game, let me show you guys what it's all about. That is the game. It is out now on Steam Early Access. You can check it out right over here. And you have heard of it. Awesome, awesome, awesome. That is freaking awesome. I was just checking out your game, Rough Rush. Is that right? It looks super freaking cool. It looks super cool. Speed 2, how's it going, dude? Long time indeed. How are you doing? I lost my music. Watching that trailer really sent home? Pushed home? What's the saying? Something home? How much I really need to make that new trailer, because boy, is it out of date. It's literally 2 years out of date. We're working on this. What are we doing? I don't remember. Oh, we're trying to fix this weapon swapping bug. Here on Get Random Weapon, we are going to use weapon to prefabs.weapons. And here we can just do stats. That right? Or oh, right, because it's not a dictionary. It's a list. When is the deadline for Oceanside? That is a good question. Is the trailer nostalgic for me? It's more cringy than nostalgic. In some parts a little bit nostalgic, how the shovel had no shader before. Blues, thank you for the follow. The deadline for Oceanside is January 31st. Shit. We're in trouble. We got work to do. Burrito indeed. Oh, thanks, Sloth. Nice music. Thanks, Rock Knight. Trying to keep it chill so I don't stress out and freak out because the game's supposed to come out in a month. Waiting for Unity to compile.
Get those punks off my farm.
God damn it, it's still not working. I don't understand what I'm doing wrong here. Oh, because I forgot to actually check the include. This should go true. While that compiles, let's check this out. I haven't actually read too much about this. I heard about it though, that Epic is starting a fund for indie games to try to lure people away from Unity. Ever since Unity's new privacy policies change. I plan to do something special for launch. Probably should. What should I do? So we want to toggle on the weapons that should show up as a random weapon. A dance party? Throw a party, invite all your subs, airfare included! Any more recent updates? I'm just really looking forward to trying something new. If you mean in Shotgun Farmers, there hasn't been any updates since the winter update. Next update will probably be sometime at the end of January.
Get those whippersnappers.
Okay, so... I don't know why it's showing the axe and the shovel. Literally showing guns I did not include. Maybe I don't want to actually do this. I'm not going to include that there, but I'm going to make it a separate function. Doesn't actually have an editor function right now. What Bethesda did lately. What did they do? Yes, and the next update will probably be the last week of January. I'm hoping to include a couple of new features with that. It won't include the new map because it'll still be in development. I hope to come out with the new map. The watermelon gun, and the concussion grenades will come out together at launch in February. But in January, I'm hoping to be able to actually finish up. I want to work on taunts. I've been working on taunts for the game. I've not really been working on them, but I've been kind of working on them, so I want to get those out. A lot of the fixes that we've been doing, the performance improvements. And one other thing, but I don't know what it is yet. Oh, and some of the new outfits. Because by end of January, there's 100 levels in the game, and I want to make sure at every single level you can unlock something. Right now we're missing about, I think, 12 cosmetics. So I want to make sure you can unlock something at every single level by the end of January.
Get those whippersnappers.
What's up, Wheels? How's it going? Is the concussion grenade? It is, yeah. It's right up here in this imaginary palm tree. Doesn't actually work yet, and also it breaks the game sometimes. Something about the concussion grenades causing a stack overflow, I think. They banned players from entering a dev area because it was known from Fallout 4, so instead of fixing the area, they suspended and deleted players that went into that area. They didn't alter code, they only explored. What? That's pretty intense. Were they the ones that left it in the first place? The concussion grenade is causing a stack overflow on the explosion script. How is that even a thing? Because it's just a regular grenade. Look at this stack. Oh my goodness. This is related to why my player is spawning with a coconut grenade in the first place. So that's actually a bug I don't think I fixed yet. All these issues, I don't even know if we're gonna get to the new map today. Ninja weapon skins in the Discord. Any extra info on that? I think weapon skins would be awesome. It's not really doable for me right now, but it's something I hope to add to the game someday in the future. the cost of actually producing different weapon skins is just kind of out, like not in the budget right now for the game. The dev area had a testing area and extra items laying around. Those items were not meant to be released yet, so players found it and used what they found. Yeah, it sucks, but it's totally on the developers for leaving that in. You can't punish players for finding a bug, right? It'd be different if they like hacked the game or something. I think this exception might be something to do with something I changed in the UI recently to improve performance and maybe making it worse. But why is my player always spawning with a grenade? That is not how this works.
Get those whippersnappers.
Regular grenade doesn't do it. Molotov doesn't do it. And of course that time it didn't do anything. Only happening sometimes. You need to use a console command to enter the area, so are they suspecting that the players did hack it or something? I don't understand why it's working now. So I guess we'll just keep a steady eye on that. See what else do we have to worry about today? Oh, we gotta fix the hand placement of that gun. Yeah, the command 100% should have been disabled on release. For this, we need to load into the game. So we're gonna adjust the model of the watermelon gun just to make sure it actually fits into the player's hands.
Get those punks off my farm.
To happen. I guess, you know what, I'm not even going to do this now since we are going to change the gun to have the forward-facing watermelon. Southern Cross, thank you for the chickens. What's up, Cracker Van? Yeah, how's it going? Do we want to do that yet? So we'll leave that. So I think we fixed all the things I was worried about. Oh, we gotta add the honking. Waiting for the engine to turn on.
Get those whippersnappers.
Okay, so the new tractor is now hunkable. So let's switch over. Well, actually, we should probably commit all of these things that we have done. Quite a bit of things. Don't remember all of them. Oh, yeah. So, with Oceanside, we're actually going to be backpedaling a little bit, rewinding a bit on where we were. So I spent a bunch of time after we greyboxed it together on last stream, play testing a bunch, changing a lot. It's come completely different from the original sketch. The original sketch was kind of just like a rough idea. Took that into the game, greyboxed it, like not even greyboxed, like very lightly greyboxed it. There's no interiors, just the exteriors of lands. And tried to get a decent feel for it, changed a lot, so I moved in a lot of this area here because it was just getting too big. I ended up removing that cove that we were trying to build and just decided to go for a like these two cliffs with a bridge in between them for the beaks. I actually ended up bringing this beach in and cutting off some of the beach that was on the top of this head over here, and then bringing the cave idea in of this little cave you pass through that connects the resort. Box level, that's been a while. It really has. It's been like a year since we boxed a level. So I did this and then took this screenshot of this back into Photoshop, where I then roughed out some of the things that, like some of the changes I wanted to make based on this exploration. That's kind of what I have here, because I still didn't like how this was playing, and so then I went in here and tried to do things a little bit more roughly. So we're going to fine tune this because this is obviously a very, very ugly rough drawing, and then we are going to try to more properly greybox it this time. And the reason I'm taking it so seriously is because I've always skipped this step in the other levels and constantly paid the price by not reproducing the levels enough, and then paying the price as we're trying to create assets and things aren't fitting and looking good. Earth Baron, thank you for the follow. I'm trying to take it a little bit more seriously with Oceanside so that with future maps, because I do want to keep adding more maps to the game, we have a good production workflow for new maps. I think the reason it's been so hard to make new maps for the game is because I don't have a good workflow for it. So I'm trying to take the time to really learn that right now. What's up, Mr. Denki? How's it going? So I've got this video we're going to watch about how to properly use ProBuilder using a reference image and stuff. I always just kind of freehanded it. I think that'll help a lot First, we're going to start off by cleaning up this sketch of the new map. It's a little bit of deja vu because I know we did this once before, but it's really important to me that we get this map just right. There's a lot of really cool things I learned. Greyboxing the first version in terms of like what's actually important and what's not important. Then I came up with the idea for like this pool in the resort. And so the resort is kind of contained to this area. The cave is here, which even looking at it now, I might extend the cave. Oh wait, no, the eye is like. And yeah, anyway, so let's clean some of this stuff up. Start with a layer that's just like the shape of the island. Interesting I learned trying to gray box it the first time around was that I was just trying to add too many locations. It was just too many locations and it wasn't working. You're going to continue to release new map stuff after release, or will you just put it in maintenance bug fix mode? I do plan on doing new stuff after release. I actually have a couple of things already in the oven for post-release, so I'm trying to make sure I have stuff already pre-made. I want to at least have a new update the first few months after release, and then from there I'll just kind of gauge it based on how things are going. If the release is received well and people are still playing the game, then I'll keep adding updates to the game. There will still be an update because I do want to do console ports for the game, so each console port will also come with an update for the game. Just a new map code, it is. Thank you for the stream, it's bedtime over here. Alright, see you, Rock Knight, thank you for the host. Is there a way to get to the island or leave, like helipad or harbor, or an underwater train tube? People, you're not the first person who's mentioned a helipad before, so it would be cool to incorporate that into the design. Right now there's this dock with a boat, but that isn't quite the best way to get to an island. This part of the map is closed off, so it could be cool to have a helipad. We had this crazy idea last stream about a helicopter that like moves between 2 points in a level and you can get on it, but then it became too campy of a thing because then you can just hide in a helicopter when you have the chicken and blah 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 blah. So we could just have a helicopter pad and not an actual helicopter that goes back and forth. It could just be a thing that animates in the background that you can't actually interact with. You're playing Shotgun Farmers? Awesome! Wreck those noobs! Battle Royale drop via Crop Duster! Should do that for this map. Not too many outskirts in the map. That's a good point. You feel like it's not focusing enough on the center of the map? I was trying to make a map that's more broken up than the current ones. Areas where there will be many players because they would be so far off from the action. Yeah, that's a good point. We'll try to be very conscious of that as we do this second sketch. So this is supposed to be like an arch of rocks. Put gun spawns in areas that get people around the map. Yeah, that's a good point. We can use gun spawns and power-up spawns to try to keep players moving. Works well for non-deathmatch gameplay as the player can spawn on each side of the island. Middle being the pool area. Yeah, all the objective-based game modes, you're right, it'll work well. I guess in deathmatch game mode, it'll be a little bit harder to find your opponent, potentially. Something's missing here from the original design. I had a much bigger section here. Oh, okay. Those are two different versions. Oh, I rotated it. I see. I rotated the placement of the resort. Restrict the island over time. Well, that's something interesting. I was talking about that earlier. We could have the water rise to make the island get smaller. There'll be no underground caves or tunnels, but this eye is going to be like a rock cave. So it'll be an above ground cave. But we can't do anything underground. Still not really sure about this bridge here. Seems kind of, I don't know if it's, seems almost pointless. Okay, sketching that looks like a chicken that's really beat up. Yeah. Very bruised chicken. So these buildings here are all the resort huts. Actually doesn't quite work right now because of this cave. Well, that looks like a mole or a farmer just digging out of the boozed chicken. Game mode suggestion? Like a whack-a-mole game mode? These are all like rocks. Or I think we also talked about possibly doing fences. Combination of rocks and fences. Oh, but I want to have all this. This could be the helipad that people have talked about. Chicken with a lot of HP and it's like really big. A boss chicken? I don't know if I'll be able to do that, but that would be sweet. Right now, this area of the head is kind of annoying. So even now in this iteration, I'm seeing things I'm not really sure about. That looks like a rooster, not a chicken. I hope these rocks are going to be pretty. This could be like, I don't know, some big administration building. And just have huts out here. Get to. And of course, there'll be trees everywhere. There'll be a window on this one. A robot chicken. This is gonna be like the reception entrance. I don't quite know how I'm gonna make it look on the outside yet. Maybe the cave shouldn't have 3 entrances. I always add 3 entrances to my things. I don't even know if there's a point of this path. I have a strong feeling when we make the level, this whole section here is going to get removed because it almost seems pointless right now. Unless I find a way to give it some more purpose. What's up, Senu? We are still working on the sketches for the new level. These are houses you can't go in. Have a bigger cave section and just take up the whole top part? Like a bigger cave tunnel system? Yeah, we could make the cave A lot bigger than it currently is. The structure against this wall. I think the bigger cave was a good call. So it's too difficult to reskin the weapons. Why is that? It's just a budget problem, right? So it costs money to create every texture for the game. So it costs, it's going to cost a lot of money for every single skin of the of each weapon. Was you need to add secret achievement to this map because I would say it's kind of special from the sketch, like the map secret look from above. Ooh, like get a photo of it from above. I wonder if that would even be possible. Like umbrellas. Like the beach level. You don't have UVs and normals for the weapons? No, something across. I mean the actual cost of having someone paint the different skins for the weapons. So say we're gonna have a rainbow shotgun skin or a like one thing I wanted to do is I wanted to make barbecue versions of every weapon, so like a barbecue shotgun, a barbecue sniper, barbecue rocket launcher. Actually having someone paint that costs development funds, and so after launch, if we can use some of that funds to make it, then it would be more likely. Right now, there's not enough funds left in the development of the game to produce them. The game is actually considerably over budget. That's why I'm starting to slowly remove a lot of the stuff I wanted to launch with. Yeah, I could definitely do it myself. Doing it myself is still part of the budget, right? So every hour I'm spending doing something, like for example, weapon skins, is an hour I'm doing something, is not doing something like creating the trailer or finishing the game. What I would love to do is something we were talking about, I think on Discord recently, was the possibility of someday having like Steam Workshop support where people can just make their own weapon skins. I think that would be really cool. But then I'd have to spend weeks adding Steam Workshop support, which isn't possible right now either. Okay, I think this is about there. Cool, there's a skill unlock for getting a certain number of kills. Yeah, that'd be awesome. I think the easiest thing I could do is probably make like gold skins and stuff like that. Like those are just, shader swaps. But the problem is having a weapon select or a skin selection menu where it's just one or two options is pretty lame. It really does look a bruised, like a chicken that got punched in the eye. Hilarious. So let's keep in mind, let's shade some of this area here. So these portions of the level are actually not traversable. They're just for show. Just have a golden skin. So does Modern Warfare 2 just have one skin for your gun and it's just a golden skin? Never want to have a building with just one way in. That allows people to just camp in there and be able to easily defend themselves. Photoshop's not working. The UVs and out to your families have them paint their own, submit them to you, and you can integrate them back into the game. So it's difficult to do that. It's difficult to just do that because of copyright, like ownership and stuff like that. Because I'm making profit off something someone else made, which is why the ideal way to do that would be to add Steam Workshop support. So it's no longer me actually shipping it with the game, but players voluntarily adding it through Steam. It's also hard to just like accept other people's art to put into the game because it may not work perfectly with the art style, and I want to make sure I maintain a cohesive art style for the game as well to make sure it has a certain quality level. I don't know why my selection tool is not working. It just keeps freezing Photoshop. Ridiculous. This image is not even that big. I guess this is mostly it. This is Bok Island. Home of the bruised chicken head. Trying to like visualize moving around through it, you know? Southern Cross, thank you for those box. I don't really think too much about where the power-ups and weapon spawns will go. Especially because the designs maps, I'm sure the design's going to change slightly here and there as we're playing it, so I'll worry about that stuff afterward. Alright, so next thing I need to learn is how to pro builder, because I don't actually know. Let's watch this together.
And look at how you can create an interior FPS level, something like this. Pretty basic and straightforward, but one of the most common uses for Pro Builder, of course, especially in the greyboxing stage.
Disclaimer, I watch my videos at 1.75 speed to 1.5 speed, so let me know if it's going too fast if you're trying to keep up as well. Is that a rope bridge? It is. Send me, what do you think?
Basic level here, nothing too fancy. Just enough that maybe you could start throwing in your characters or even multiple players and test it out, see how the level flow is, make sure your game mechanics are working well, all the sort of things that you would want to do with a quick, easy gray box level that you're not going to have to spend a lot of time building, light mapping, etc. We might not get quite as detailed in the tutorial. I'm going to try to keep this, or rather the walkthrough, I'm going to try to keep it under about 15 minutes, but let's go ahead and jump right into that so we can get as far as possible. So I'm going to start by creating a brand new scene, and from here we'll start building. First thing, I'm going to make sure I have ProGrids turned on and visible. I definitely want to use that.
So I got ProGrids.
For the early portion.
That's the mistake I was making last time we tried to do this.
Where I am exactly in the world when I'm starting, and I like everything to start right on 0, 0. So let's create some random object. Use the exact transform position tools to set it to 0, 0, 0. And now, if I just middle click on part of that, I have the Unity camera oriented right there. So to leave that cube, we don't need it, but we will need a plane to start out with. So I'm going to choose, oops, sorry, I need to explain what I'm doing here. So of course, we're clicking on the new shape tool, or you can hit Control-Shift-K on the keyboard. I like keyboard shortcuts, they're a lot quicker, but whichever works best for you.
Control-Shift-8.
And set it to a width and height. So that's just the
I forgot about the volcano in the distance. Something else happened to the chicken? What happened to it? Wait, what am I doing? I do want to keep that in there. Okay, so let's see. Our Pro Builder window, so we said Control-Shift-8. No, it's a goddamn lie.
need a plane to start out with. So I'm going to choose, oops, sorry, I need to explain what I'm doing here. So of course, we're clicking on the new shape tool, or you can hit Control-Shift-K on the keyboard. I like keyboard, sorry, I need to explain what I'm doing here. So of course, we're clicking on the new shape tool, or you can hit Control-Shift-K on the keyboard.
What was he saying?
We're clicking on the new shape tool, or you can hit Control-Shift-K on the keyboard.
Oh, Control-Shift-K. Will the water kill you? I want to make it so you can swim in the water, and if you go too deep, then it'll kill you. Cool. A plane. Nice. Okay. We got ProGrids. It's on. So now if now this will all move like that, which is cool. RPG, thank you for the follow. Don't want this plane, it's too many subdivisions. What? Plane, number of sides. Oh, that's cylinder. Width 1, height 1. Oh, here goes segments. Oh, I can make it even bigger. So like, 50 by 50. Seems like the key to success is using ProGrid so it snaps. You can make that the player's model head is under an invisible hitbox or invisible layer, so it's killing them. Yeah, good idea.
Keyboard. I like keyboard shortcuts. They're a lot quicker, but whichever works best for you. I'm going to choose a plane and set it to a width and height. So that's just the, maybe that should be width and length, depending on which direction you're looking at it. Don't need any width segments. I'm just going to use this to apply a texture.
Oh, I did the same thing.
Plan that'll help me build this level out. Also, I noticed that my light mapping is going, it might be getting in the way. I'm going to right away turn that off under window lighting settings, turn off both the real-time lighting and mixed lighting. However, I'm leaving the auto-generate on just in case I need to, well, I'll just leave it alone so it doesn't matter since I have both of those turned off. Okay, so now things will work a little more smoothly and you won't see those nasty half-baked shadows as they come in and out while you're editing the mesh. That can be annoying. So we have our plane, and what I'm using this for is I have this interior plan that I've created, and I'm going to use this. I have added it to a unlit texture material, so light is not going to affect this surface. Drag and drop it right on. Right from the start, it's super duper tiling across this plane. We can change that easily using the UV editor. So here in the editor, if I select that face, the only face on the plane, you can see that it's super tiling. That's all right. Change the fill mode to stretch. Now it's going to stretch to fill.
There's a UV editor? Holy crap. Did not know that. Let's save our image. I like to put a little bit of a shadow over it so it's not so bright. Discover new things, yeah, that's the goal. The goal is to learn and to become super smart. So we can do even better in our next game. I wish it was 1.75 speed. But what did I say? I should have saved this textures for. Okay, so UV editor. This. His thing actually did stuff here.
Plane, and what I'm using this for is I have this interior plan that I've created, and I'm going to use this. I have added it to a unlit texture material, so light is not going to affect this surface.
Meat farmers.
Drag and drop it right on. Right from the start, it's super duper tiling across this.
And mine did not do that. Oh, because I have multiple subdivisions on it also. Okay. Plane. 0 segments. You. Making a secret achievement. Not right now. Now we're just focusing on making the level. I'm gonna get it similarly sized. I think that seems pretty good. What's up, Zoob? How's it going? How was your CSGO match, Bram? What's up, Jackamus? What is this? This is the leader of our people. Wait. This is not the image I wanted to use. This is the old image. This is not what we just drew. God damn it. I've been using the wrong image this whole time. You won, nice. Select scored. How's it going? Long time no see. We are working on a new map. What game mode? In Truck and Farmers, every map supports every game mode. At least right now. Once we have a nice, much more variation in maps, I do tend to limit what game modes are supported by each map. This is called Oceanside, not Boxside. Gold Nova 1, damn! Zoob Zord, thank you for the follow. At this time. Do the video.
This plane, we can change that easily using the UV editor. So here's the editor. If I select that face, the only face on the plane, you can see that it's super tiling. That's alright. Change the fill mode to stretch. Now it's going to stretch to fill. And you instantly have...
This is so cute.
Nicely. You can also modify the tiling specifically. Some
I should have did it in a square also.
The fill mode is really the quickest way to do this. Alright, so this is my map. I drew this up real quick in Photoshop. It's nothing special, but we'll use it so we can draw our geometry on top of this just to give a start. We're not going to be real precise with it. So I'll start by...
How much easier his level design is.
I'll use the poly shape for that. So click on New Poly Shape in the toolbar and start clicking around.
So this is something I didn't know about last time we were doing this. You can make frickin' poly shapes? What? Wish I was ready to play it. Thanks, Bram. So RPG, you love the game. I need more players. Thanks, dude. I'm really glad you like the game. Trying every day to work as much as I can to get more players into the game. Let's try this poly shape tool. Wowie wow wow. And literally just draw this mesh right now. Topocalypse, thank you for the follow. This will be the first map where the ground isn't a terrain. It's instead like this custom mesh. The cool thing is with ProBuilder, you can actually export this mesh to a 3D program and adjust it even more if you want. No! I pressed the wrong button! Shoop, thank you for the box. 50 bucks for learning something. Either copies for yourself and quite a few friends going to become a LAN party sleepover for us. Oh, Topocalypse, that's freaking awesome. Thank you so much for not only supporting the game, but sharing it with your friends. That's a huge, huge help. Thank you. Damn it. There's got to be a way to insert vertices.
I'm just going to build this up to something, and the height also really doesn't matter yet at this point. Because I just drew this in Photoshop, obviously the drawing is not going to match the grid unless you're real precise. Could have been, I guess, but I didn't really seem to be able for that.
What's up, Sound Child's gone?
Let's go ahead and exit poly editing on that, or poly shape editing. Looks pretty good. I'm going to draw out.
Oh, there's an edit poly shape. We're good? Can I just... okay, I can do that. I can do it that way. Like bloop, 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 bloop. Just enter this. Quasi got angry and yelled. Isn't that always? Dude, that's an amazing tool. Remember last time we spent so much time trying to make the island? And now it's just... done. Drew has refunded 50 bits. Oh no! You should make a special edition of the game? Ooh, what would it have, Mr. Dinky? Special edition of the game actually removes all of your equips and puts a gives you a giant head, so it's easier to get headshots on you, and gives you googly eyes. Getting angry with smooth jazz in the background. That's totally fair. I guess now we just do the same thing with all of our structures, huh? I keep pressing spacebar. I expect I can move my canvas around that. This is really simpler than just doing it in Maya. Well, what's really nice about this is I can export this to Maya back and forth, but I can just immediately press play without having to import it back into Unity. If I'm, for example, in Maya, I can press play in Unity, walk around, adjust the vertice, press play, walk around, etc. But the tools are just the same, just like in Maya, but you can export them out. So like what I'm doing right now, I will eventually then export into Maya and then fine tune it, UV map it, texture and all that stuff. The Yeet Special Edition? Extra skins, items that people with normal copies need to work for them to buy it. That could be cool. Should we actually call it the Yeet Special Edition? Uh-oh.
Get those whippersnappers.
So we can get a good idea for the scale of the island. That looks like a rooster to you? Why is that? You guys don't know how to walk. You guys don't know how to walk. You know how to shoot though. Yeah, like the final island is going to be way higher poly. And I might end up breaking it up because like certain parts of the island you don't need to see. So for occlusion, it'll probably like break off chunks of the land so that it can render more easily. So we're not going to be too precious with everything else. These rock shapes and stuff, they're all going to be built up using actual polys. Right now, we're just laying them out so that we can feel out how the level design feels. So we're not going to like really model out every single rock shape. We're just going to try to lay them down fairly quickly. I don't know how to end it. Enter maybe? I need to learn the shortcut for create poly shape. Look that up after this. Oh, you just touched their thingy. Pro Builder shortcut create poly shape. Is island tropical? It is. It's gonna be like a Hawaiian island. Like it's themed after a Hawaiian island. Add sticky bombs or some vegetable that is sticky that may explode. Ooh, interesting. These old maps and sketches and like the development of the game like in movies. Ooh, that'd be cool. So Control-Shift-K is the new shape tool. Control-K spawns a cube. No, but I want the polygon shape. I guess I'll just do it manually. Wish you would just like keep that tool available. I'll move this over here. Tournaments, Battlegrounds, like Toadegger Battlegrounds and PUBG. That would be amazing. What's up, Hambone? How's the Chocolate Farmer's doing? It's doing good. How are you? Have you ever been a way to learn Unity Photon without dying trying? Yes. I can tell you how I learned it. So ironically, there aren't that many great tutorials online about updated Photon. I do want to make a series on my own. There aren't too many. A lot of them are really dated. The best thing to look at is actually Photon's example project. Now, keep in mind there are two versions of Photon on the asset store right now. One is Pun and one is Pun 2. I have no idea how Pun 2 works. I think it's mostly the same, but there's some slightly different API calls. So you're not going to find many resources on that at all. But I think for the most part, like the structure, everything is the same. You might just have to look up what the different API calls are and stuff. Will grass skirts be a costume option? That could actually be really cool if I figure out how to make the physics. But if you look at the example project that comes with Photon, it's really useful. And then I watched the Sky Arena Photon tutorials. They give you a good kind of brief overview on how things work in Photon. So I watched this tutorial series like 5 or 6 times when I first started Chocolate Farmers. He's a really good tutorial guy. Nikolai is like a really good explainer. Quill 18 has it's really, really dated, but it's still a good Photon tutorial. You can kind of check the Quill 18 tutorial out too to see kind of like the overall premise. It is really long and it's not really edited, and it's also very dated at this point. If you just want a kind of a brief overview, then the Sky Arena tutorial is really good. If you want to just kind of learn it on your own, then just looking at the example projects, it will actually show you a lot of what you already need. And Sky Arena will kind of go over a lot of those topics. You can just look at the example scripts and figure it out from there. What made I start Shotgun Farmers RPG? It was actually a friend. So a friend of mine, his name is Daniel. He's an indie dev. We were both working on a local multiplayer. So my first Steam game was a local multiplayer game, a party game, and so was his. And so that's kind of how we met, and we became game dev friends. And we were both making these not online games, and just kind of always talking about how difficult it would be to make an online game. Wait, what am I doing? That's not the shape. And so after we both finished our games, and I was exploring for like, I would say like maybe like 6 months on what my next game was going to be. He made a multiplayer game, which we always talked about being like so hard and impossible to do. And he did it. And I was just like, damn, if he can do it, I want to do it too. Like it actually seemed like really fun to like design something like that. And so that was the initial spark of why I wanted to make an online game. It's because I really wanted to, I saw him make one and I was like, I want to do that now. It suddenly made it possible. Like before that, it always felt like this impossible thing that only big teams can do. And so Dan is also a solo dev. And so when I saw that he could make one, like get it working all by himself, I was like, wait, I could do that too. So let's put a wall back here right now. Oh my god, that just scared the crap out of me. What's up, Weez? How's it going? How to get more views in stream? What do you mean, Mr. Dinky? Were we able to watch? Do you mean your own stream or do you mean my stream? Oh damn, all these objects are not extruded. Oops. There's two things I'd recommend checking out. One is there's a pretty good YouTube channel that I would recommend. I'm trying to remember what it is. He talks a lot about how to grow your stream because it's changed a lot from the olden days. It's called Wild 4 Games. I'll check out his YouTube channel. I'll link it in chat. He has a lot of videos talking about growing on Twitch and things you might be doing wrong, things you might be doing right. And I, for the most part, agree with a lot of his points and tips. Things like, you know, learning how to be more entertaining or learning where your audience is. Presantis, thank you for the follow. Let's get rid of this game view because I do not need it. So this one will make oh, that's cool. You can just extrude it immediately. Tunisia, thank you for the follow. What's up, Maxfire? I haven't watched your stream in a crazy long time. How's Shotgun Farmers doing? It's doing really well. It's good to see you. It's been a long time indeed. The greyboxing level today? I am, Weez. It's going fine. Been dealing with bugs that only occur when I don't have access to debugging tools. Sounds like you're living the dream. The game dev dream of pulling your hair out and going crazy. Where's the insert edge loop tool? That's not a loop. We're using for streaming, like what software? I use Streamlabs OBS. Restore you $15 bonus. Not sure how it happened. You know, oh, like for effect. Yeah, like my overlay and stuff is all from Streamlabs OBS. Really with gamedev, why do devs block out the level barriers like this and then go back to add the graphics later, Bucky? It's so that you can iterate on stuff faster. So if I want to make this level, say I want to kind of figure out how it's going to play, if I spend a lot of time actually making the rocks and the buildings and the actual art assets, I might not know if they're actually going to play well in the game. Then I've wasted a lot of time developing those. So this lets me just build stuff out fairly roughly. Again, a good idea for how big the level is going to be and how things are going to feel. So for example, in the original version of this game, of this level, there was this giant building here in the back that I ended up realizing when we first greyboxed the level that it just didn't fit well. So I took it out. So imagine if I had spent 2 days creating that giant hotel and then finding out that it didn't play well in the game. It would have been a complete waste of resources. Yeah, welcome. Hope you can learn a thing or two about game dev. If you have any questions, and if anybody in the chat has any questions about making video games or something that I might know, always feel free to ask. So over here on this side of the island, I try to think of my level in terms of landmarks, things that players can use to recognize like areas in the level. So that's why in like Countryside there's a tractor, so that you know you're near the tractor, and the other side doesn't have a tractor. So on this map, I'm thinking in terms of landmarks. I'm gonna go through them in a second. So this side will be these chicken totems, where the locals worship their chicken deity. This side is the radio tower. It's a landmark over here. Here's the cave. This is the, not exactly power plant, but kind of where the power is generated on the island. HPA97, thank you for the follow. There's gonna be like a little building here. It's gonna have like a big generator on the side of it, just kind of where the power is generated. Back there will be the helipad also. It'd be cool to put the helipad here, but it wouldn't really make sense to land your helicopter next to this cave. And then here, of course, the resort is a huge landmark. But inside the resort, I tried to make some more landmarks as well. So we've got the pool, the bar, the entranceway, and then each one of these buildings are going to be styled differently. So this one's actually a restaurant. These are going to be hotel rooms, like with beds and stuff in them. And this probably another hotel room as well. Then out here is the beach, and landmark for the beach is the surf hut with these little couchy bed things. And then this big arch is also its own landmark. You can see that you're on the south side of the island and not the north side where the cave is. CRPG, thanks for hanging out. Yeah, if you want to play with people later, make sure you join our Discord where you can connect with players as well and find new farmers to murder there. One of the things I'm going to keep trying to stay conscious of, and I know I'm going to keep forgetting, is verticality. We do want to keep working on the verticality of this level and make sure that there is good, decent verticality while we're greyboxing, or it'll very quickly get lost in the final level. Alright, we've extruded those basic things. Let's put some rock material on them. It's not working for some reason. What's up, Brandon? Hand-drawn image looks like a super cool way to start building your level. I will totally use that. Yeah, I do it all the time. So we drew it here in Photoshop and then imported it into Unity, and then I'm trying to like lay stuff out on top of it. Oh, this isn't working. Have any materials? That's weird. Whatever. Jump in. I have to use a material setter. I know Builder has one. It's getting pretty dark and spooky in here.
Get those thumbs off my vlog.
Again, this is a big benefit to be able to just, you know, rough these items out in Unity and not in Maya. One, these are way too low. My player's not that tall. But I can just jump right in and just start filling them out. So this beak is also meant to be a higher cliff. Let's just kind of pretend we're going down the beach. These are meant to kind of bottleneck the player, so it's not super easy to get lines of sight. Try to visualize the big resort here. I'm really excited about it. I don't know why. I love arches on beaches. I don't know why it gets me so excited. It just, I remember, I think it's probably from like an old Halo map. I'm really excited for the idea of when you're like up here. Oops. When you're like up here, you know, with your sniper and just trying to like snipe people on the beach from like your perch on this arch. The arch probably will not be this high. Probably be a lot lower. Yes. Yeah, so that is kind of the basis of Pro Builder. I'm going to keep watching the rest of that video to try to get a better idea of it. We've got the rocks set up. On the next stream, we're going to set up these actual buildings. It's actually going to take quite a while to set up the buildings and the interiors and get a good feel for how we want the interiors to be. I think it's really important in this level so that it feels good compared to some of the other levels. We'll be doing that on Wednesday on the next stream, but for now, it is time for me to get going. Thank you guys so very much for hanging out today. If you enjoyed the show so far, don't forget to hit that follow button down there. And if you really enjoyed the show, subscribe. It really helps support me and keep me fed and alive and keeps the stream going. Every dollar from donations and bits and subscriptions go right back into making the stream better. So I appreciate you guys who subscribe, and I appreciate you guys who follow and watch as well. I'll be back on Wednesday. Thanks, Shu. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks, Bucky. Let's see who's streaming out in the Twitch world and show them some support. Reminder, if you haven't already subscribed over on the YouTube channel, I've been trying to post more content to the YouTube channel. So stream highlights, stream uploads, vlogs of my day-to-day life, and tutorials soon as well. Granted, thank you for the follow. Make sure you subscribe over there. We're on the road to 1,000 followers or subscribers on the YouTubes. All right, let's see who's streaming. Who's stramming? Who's out here in the stream world? So what do you guys think? Should we switch over to more jazzy music like this from our old retrowave music? Why don't we go show some support to Mike and Principal, who was hanging out on stream earlier today. So we're gonna head down to Mike's channel and, oops, wrong button, and show them some support. Check out his game. His game is releasing in like 9 days. So let's show him some love and check out his game and see what he's doing to get ready for it. Maybe I could pick up a couple of tips and tricks on things I should do for Shotgun Firearms, which is coming out in 38 days, probably, maybe. So mellow. Too mellow? Too mellow? Alright guys, I will see you on Wednesday for the next stream. Whatever you do before then, please don't die. Goodbye.
Kazi! My word. Welcome. Welcome to you and all of the farmers. How's everyone doing today? Hate to break this to you, but I'm doing really boring stuff like localization. You know, end of project stuff.